I stole shoes when I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods.
A little added bonus to the Dick's Sporting Goods story. Once I quit the job and I had all that money saved up, I felt super guilty about it because obviously, you know, I knew what I was doing was wrong. And I was raised Catholic, raised in a very Catholic household, went to Catholic school and stuff, so I was like feeling super guilty. I'm like, I need to go to confession. And that was what was so funny. Me and my buddies in high school, the logic of confession at the time was like, we could be a total piece of shit, you know, total scumbag, do some dumbass shit, and we're like, but if we go to confession, like, it's all good, like, it's like wiped clean, like it never fucking happened. When my buddy shot out that car window,
We accidentally did a drive-by shooting.
he was like, I'm just gonna go to confession. We were like, yep, that checks out. The long story short, I wait till like the last week of summer before I go to college, and I haven't told a soul about my Dick's Sporting Goods business. So I go into confession to the priest, and you can go either behind the curtain or face to face. And I was like, nah, like, I'm gonna go face to face and just own this shit and see what he says. So I go face to face with the priest. He's like, you know, does the little thing, and I'm like, bless me, Father, for I've sinned. My last confession was 6 months ago, whatever. And, you know, usually it's like cussing or porn, jerking off, doing drugs, like whatever the awkward thing is that you don't want to talk about as a high school is usually what it is. So he's like, talk to me like, you know, have you done this? Have you done that? I'm like, honestly, I'm just here because the last couple months I've been stealing shoes for my job and selling them, and I just feel really bad about it. And his face is just like, he's like, do you have the money still for it? And I was like, yeah, I've got a lot of the money still, like in a shoebox at my house. And he's like, well, you should probably donate it. And I'm like, all right, like I donated a chunk of it. And then he was like, say like, you know, I think he said say like 2 Our Fathers, 2 Hail Marys. And I was like, all right, sounds good. And then I just dipped. I'm like, see, just like that, conscious clean. But you know, one thing about the stories I tell on here and the things I talk about is like, I just have always owned the shit that I've done. Like, I have no problem taking the fall, being the guy that, you know, pisses everybody off by telling the truth. Like, for me, yeah, I've done some stupid shit in my life. I've done some things that you could be like, oh, that guy's a piece of shit. But that doesn't define who I am. We all do things that we regret or that we don't like about ourselves. You know, moments that just make you go, oh, what was I thinking there? Like, I'm embarrassed, or leave you scratching your head like, why did I do that? Or regretful. But I think it's important just to come to peace with that. Like, and I get it, right? Like, whether it's a breakup or doing something stupid with your buddies that might get you in trouble with the law or school or whatever, like, we're all gonna do something in our life that we go, oh, that was a mistake. But instead of dwelling on those mistakes to the point where you just continue to harbor fear about doing them again, which causes you to not live your life the way you want to live it, then I think it's better just to go, you know what? I fucked up. I've done some stupid shit in my life, but it doesn't define me. I am who I am, and I'm gonna move on and improve from it. And like, I don't have shit figured out in life. Like, I'm not sitting here acting like I have anything figured out, or I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I have, this is my special secret to how you live your life. So we're like, no, everybody should live their life the way that they want to live it. We're all living in a different perspective and experience, and it's important, I think, just to find what brings you fulfillment, you know? And for me, that's these stories. And like I said, some stories that I get on here and tell, like, sometimes it's super uncomfortable and embarrassing to tell. But again, what I always come back to is, if I can help one person, sorry, I got a text. If I can help one person just like improve their own mindset, perspective, or just give them a laugh that makes them go, okay, I don't want to be like Tom Ziegler, but I get what he's talking about, like that helped me in this area, then I feel like that's worth it to me. And I don't care if it's 10 people, 1 people, 1 million people, it doesn't matter. Like, I am really just out here saying, this is the truth of my experience. I want to be able to share those stories, hopefully for entertainment, but also hopefully to make you go, oh shit, like, I'm living in that stage of my life right now, and this is what I'm gonna do to change that, or this is what I'm gonna do to make the most of that. That's all. So yeah, with that being said, confession with the priest to not feel like a piece of shit. That was always me and my buddies' philosophy in high school, which is just hilarious if you think about it. But you know, on the same breath, like, we never meant to hurt anyone. Like, did we do some dumb shit? Did we, you know, what I look at as like harmless pranks, and kids will be kids, because like, we were never out to like, you know, hurt anyone or intentionally mess up somebody's day. Just sometimes the chips fell that way, and I think that's just part of you know, like the saying, ignorance is bliss. Like when you're a young kid and you're just living your life, like sometimes that shit happens. So yeah, that's today's episode. Excited about all the future episodes we're gonna have on here at Talks to Tom. Just wanted to hit one while I was on my road trip. So I hope everybody's well. Excited to tell some new stories on here, get some of the friends and fam on, and yeah, talk soon.